Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome back to Kenco F1, and it is my pleasure to host another 10 rounds of action for Season 3 in the calendar. Thank you so much for you lot watching as we look back at the intense 1-point deficit between Max Chapman and Joel Foxhall last season. I've got very high hopes for this one. Let's begin with round 1 of 10 in Kenco F1 then, this time in Miami. Taking a look at this brand new Miami track in Florida, 3.36 miles of bendy circuit, 3 DRS zones, lots of straights, turns and heavy braking where drivers have to manage their tyres and make sure not to lose their rear through the first sector. Drivers will have to stay focused throughout both qualifying and the race on Sunday, as the points game for this race could be very crucial near the end of the championship. There are 19 turns here at Miami, 12 to the left, 7 to the right, with a lot of straights, chicanes and difficult braking points. With the new tyres here in the F1 2022 season, the tyre compounds this weekend sit smack bang in the middle of toughness, C4 for the soft, C3 mediums and the C2 hard tyres. We have a fresh grid of 20 drivers eager and ready to go at Miami today, so let's get the first ever Miami qualifying and the start of Season 3 of Kenco F1 underway. Hello, I'm so sorry about that. We should be better now though, hopefully. I don't know whether to go straight into this scene or not, but we should be all right. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome in. Let me just get there we go. We should get an audio check, hopefully, as well. I don't know what was going on with OBS. I went away for a second and it was not streaming, but we're streaming now, which is all that matters. We're getting another live notification as well. Lovely. So yeah, welcome into Season 3, everybody. Round 1 of 10. Yeah, we've only got 10 rounds up until Christmas time, but it should be very, very good. Being the 3rd season as well, obviously all these drivers are very, very good at the moment, and they've been practicing for the last week or so. And we've got, hopefully, all of the new graphics working as well. It might just take me a second to get those sorted. And hopefully, I'm wondering if we might need to reopen SimHub as well. Give me a second. We're going to have these teething issues at the start, but hopefully if we just reopen and reload that, it should be all right. But yeah, welcome in. We've got Gaming Barista, Ryan's here. Welcome, Zach. Obviously, all the drivers are chilling as well. What on earth? There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. So this is just qualifying today at Miami. I don't know if I'm got anyone with me today or not, but we will have to wait and find out. I haven't really... It's something I haven't really organised, like somebody to kind of commentate with. I hope that there'll be somebody to speak with at some point. But yeah, we've got, I believe, 15 or 16 drivers there on the left-hand side. We'll be able to get all of their full names there. There's lots of Hanmores, though, which is a bit concerning now. This is obviously the first time we've done it, so some people have put in their numbers, but they haven't actually put their numbers in the game. That's going to be painful to commentate, but yeah, so we've got, for some reason, Charlie's numbers showing up as me. We've got one of the McLarens showing up. So Ollie's, so I feel like my number's default and everybody's is, okay, I might have to quickly go and change that to just a regular driver then. It's alright, it's just going to be a little bit of a shame. But we do have some drivers out on track already. Adam Forbes, I think that's, is that both? Yes, both Mercedes are already out anyway. All fresh new design helmets as well, which is very, very good to see. But it's a shame that everybody says Hanmore on them. Can you guys hear the game and me okay? If the game's too loud, do give me a shout. We should be alright, hopefully. Hopefully. Let me just get Discord open on my other screen, and then we should be good to go. Yes, we're good to go. So yeah, Q1 is pretty much... Obviously, we're at Miami. I know the drivers absolutely... I've had some drivers let me know that Miami is an awful, horrible track to start on. But it's, you know, you've got to go in the deep end very quickly. So this will definitely give a good sort of skill set to the drivers when we start seeing times on the leaderboard. And obviously, we're hoping for some very close action as it gets through to Q3. I've just accidentally hid... oh my god, hang on. There we go. Sorry, I'm just sorting out all the Twitch chat and everything with Discord. There we go. That shouldn't be pausing anymore. But yeah, we should, like I say, Q1, Miami. And hopefully, it's a shame. I'm really gutted about the leaderboard, but we'll sort it out. Oh no, wait, hang on a minute. No, Ollie's is working. The AlphaTauris are working. We've just got to fix up Charlie's, the other McLaren, and one of the Aston Martins. I think it's just those 3 that have got an issue. There's also a Red Bull as well. I'm not sure, is that AI? No, it can't be AI. I'm not too sure, but we've got both the Alpines remaining in the pit lane. and it looks like everybody else is out of the pits on their outlaps at the moment. It would be good as well if we can get a track map open, just to sort of see who is currently on a hot lap. But it looks like Smits here is about to go and set potentially his first hot lap of Q1, so we'll go and give that a little look on board. Gomez, welcome in, mate. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're still going to have the RPM glitch, as always. It looks like is he on a hot lap? I'm not sure. Potentially, although that is a very, very annoying sound. But we will see. We will see. James as well. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I would be nice to get someone commentating with me, but we can work on it for the race. Yeah, 10 rounds. Like I say, I haven't actually published the official race calendar, but by all means, you're welcome to join the Discord server if the Discord invite still works. And obviously you can see the full 10 races. Miami being probably one of the most difficult ones on the calendar. It looks like we've got Joe Bean there setting the fastest time at the moment of a 1:27.9. Fastest sector 2, first sector 1 and 2, and then a little. You obviously got a yellow sector 3 there. But that is Joe Bean currently in the lead, followed by Josh, Zach Plant, Adam Forbes, and Reggie J. Hargreaves. And yeah, there you go, Mercedes 4-5 at the moment. Again, none of this really means anything. I'm pretty sure everybody goes through straight away to Q2. Although, there you go, there's a deficit between Joe Bean and Josh. 0.07. I'm going to say point this time, not decimal. I've had a bit of a meme with that last time. But yeah, David, welcome in, mate. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, like I say, we're getting some timers on the leaderboard now. 13 minutes left of Q1 here. Everyone out on the soft tyres. It's a very nice day here in Miami. We could probably get a little bit of weather going on there. 29 degrees. The track temperature's 36 degrees. So it's almost perfect conditions here for the drivers. I feel pretty sure that the hotter the track, the more grip there is. As we're seeing the Red Bull here of Smits. It would be nice as well to go on board with somebody. I'm not too sure. Obviously, there's quite a few drivers here that have not set a time. We've got both the Alpines currently going on their outlaps at the moment. We'll go and skid down over to those. So we've got Jay Robinson and Max Chapman here on their outlaps. I'm pretty sure. I need to get used to this. I've got a stream deck now that does it does everything for me. So it might take me one or two streams just to get used to all these buttons. But yeah, there is lots of them. There is lots of them. Benson as well. Hello, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. These F1 graphics are a mod. They use SimHub. And yeah, it's very, very nice. So very, very classy. As we see Taylor Hume there go P8, 130.4. So currently, I mean, 130.4. There's already 1 second gap between P1 and P4 here. But it will be interesting, obviously, to see the only two drivers who haven't set a time yet. Jay Robinson and Max Chapman here. With Max Chapman leading the way and leading his teammate down the straight. Looks like there's a Ferrari in the very, very far distance there. Oh, Aravate, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be good to get you in here as well over the next few weeks. Like I say, it's 10 rounds. Obviously, as well, I was going to say FIFA World Cup. The Football World Cup is happening for the end of November, start of December. So I might have to jiggle around a few races, obviously, for that. But yeah, we'll have a little look as Max Chapman here starts his first hot lap, followed by Jay Robinson behind him. We'll go and see what these Alpine boys can do. On their first hot laps. Obviously 11 minutes left. Obviously they just probably want to get a lap time on the board, be happy with it, and then back in the pits for both of those. Oh, no worries, Aaron, not a problem at all, mate. Like I say, it'll be good to have you here. Yeah, splits. The leaderboard is a little bit broken at the moment. I'm not too sure. Again, some of the drivers' numbers aren't 100%. But I'm hoping we can sort that out and organise it for the race. This is like I would say it's a test stream, but it's almost Miami qualifying. It'll be good to get everyone's names. A majority of them are working, but a few of them have my surname, which is a little bit worrying. But yeah, we'll get it sorted. We will get it sorted. We'll have a little look if the Halo HUD's working as well, which it certainly is. As Max Chapman is bending his way through Sector 2, and we'll go and have a look at what sort of times. He's currently gone green. 6 steps down from Josh Amira. I do like the sounds, though, of these Alpines. Remind me in chat, what engines do the Alpines have? I'm pretty sure that they are... Renault? Hmm. They are Renault. Okay, I was correct. I was correct. I didn't want to get that wrong. I was going to say it with confidence. As Max Chapman puts his Alpine into P3. We're going to have a look at what Jay Robinson can do. I can't, unfortunately, jump down to Jay Robinson, but he does indeed go 7th there. 129.6 for Jay, who's just going to go on his hot lap. So we might get a little bit quiet. There's obviously only 2 Alpines out on the track at the moment, but Jay Robinson's going to be on his in lap now. Something interesting as well with this Miami track, you can only do 1 hot lap. So even if you do half a hot lap, go wide or something like that, you can't actually sort of exit out of it and do another hot lap, the lap after. The ERS just drains so much. So if we ride on board here with Jay Robinson, he's already down to sort of, I mean, it's probably crept up a little bit now, but that would have been probably about 20-30% after he finished his hot lap there. So yeah, it's you have to time it very well. You've got 1 chance at Miami, otherwise it's back in the pits, change your tyres and go again. So it's a very, very tricky track. And obviously, like I say, Sector 1 as well, all of these F1 cars lose their rear a lot. So yeah, hopefully we won't see any sliding or anything like that, but obviously these drivers are already pushing it to the absolute limits in Q3 in about sort of 20 minutes, half an hour's time, which would be very, very exciting. Alpine Sports Radar, yes, they originated from them, weren't they? Because it was last year, it was just BWT Racing Point. But no, yeah, I don't know. They're sponsored by, they're basically taken over anyway with the sponsors. Yellow flag Sector 3, that might just be these Alpines slowing down. So I'm not worried too much about that. We've got Dylan Hartley here, the only Alfa Romeo on the grid today. His teammate Archie Middlefell is unable to make it. But it looks like Dylan is going to be starting his hot lap. So we'll ride on board with Dylan. He's already had a hot lap. He's gone P4. But it will be interesting to see if he can go quicker this time round. So we'll go and put on the graphics. And we'll go on an onboard with Dylan Hartley looking through the track. I miss not having anybody else up here. I'm sure I'll be able to tag someone and just drag them in at some point. Unless any of... Oh, Dylan's gone wide. He's lost an end plate of his front wing. That's what I was on about. Sorry about the graphics there. That's what I was on about, buying turn 1 being very tricky there. He's unfortunately going to have to go back in the pits and hopefully get that changed for another lap. Although he is P4, which is perfectly acceptable. But it's the risk in taking Q1 here. You really, that was close to Dylan losing a tyre. If he lost a tyre, he'll be starting the race last. Or obviously last depending on the other drivers, but yeah, not a great move there by Dylan. But again, it could have put too much throttle in, the tyres might not have been warm enough on his out lap, all kinds of factors really, all kinds of factors. But we'll jump on board over to again Reggie J. I'm not sure if that, or Reggie J, sorry, I'm not sure if that's actually the correct number and everything, but Adam Forbes is definitely another, like I say, another driver. Adam, we've seen, if you guys have been following Kenco F1, Adam has been here pretty much every single season of Kenco F1, and he has gone leaps and bounds. So has every other driver, and I'm speaking on behalf of all of them really. But yeah, Adam's pretty much been the underdog the last few seasons. He's put so much time, so much effort, and yeah, he's really pulled it out the bag. So hopefully this season round we'll be able to see him potentially even getting some podiums, but we'll have to wait and find that one out. Meow. Hello, Hassan, mate. Welcome in. Adam is a beast. Sorry, you, Zach. Sorry, you, mate. Squiggly Squaggly Racing, and it's lights out. And away we go. That's the one. But there you go. Ray GJ goes P7 there. Interesting to see Josh going a lot quicker than Charlie. I want to say something as well about Charlie here. He's currently in the pits at the moment. We will get the graphics updated with his correct name. Charlie's the only driver racing in VR. So all of these other drivers are obviously racing with their flat monitors in front of them with a wheel. Charlie's got a VR headset on, and he's determined every single qualifying, every single race he's going to be racing in full-on VR. There's no HUD or anything, and he's got a race engineer, Joel, feeding him all the information throughout the entire season while he's just racing in VR, and I have mad respect for that. I couldn't do it. I would be probably very ill by the end of it. But let's hope he doesn't flip or get spun out or anything, because that, VR's amazing, but when you go off balance, it can be an absolute nightmare. So yeah, massive shout out there for Charlie. We're seeing Smits hit in the Red Bull. Obviously, again, a huge change of teams. Obviously, from last year, we've got pretty much, obviously, Josh moved up to Ferrari. We've got Max Chapman, who's, I would say, go down to Alpine, but I mean, this is completely driver's choice and completely, they put out on the Google Forms what cars they would like to race for, or teams, sorry. But all these cars are on equal car performance, so there's not like necessarily, you know, the Mercedes is going to be faster than the Red Bulls, that kind of thing. We've just sort of based it off on who they wanted to race for, you know, if they wanted a certain teammate, that kind of thing. So it's very, very good. There you go. Zach left Aston Martin and joined the Red Bull Driver Academy. He's moving up in the world. He is moving up in the world. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I need to start learning all these names as well. Because I'm pretty sure Alex Peak is the other... Oh, I need to get this right now. Because some of these numbers are... Obviously, we've got the Aston Martin here in P10. I need to just work out who these people are. But I'm sure we'll be able to do it. There's 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Obviously, I noticed it then. Left of Q1 here. And, yeah. At the moment, obviously, there's only 14 drivers in here. So, no one will get knocked out of Q1. But the real excitement starts in Q2 and the end of Q3. Which we'll put in the starting grid, I suppose, for the race on Sunday. I don't trust myself getting out an unused set, so I'm not coming out for the rest of the season. I don't blame you, to be honest, because after seeing what happened to Dylan gone P4, he went out on a new set, or a used set, sorry, and then he spun it and lost an end plate. I mean, that end plate was very lucky to be the only one that's lost. I'm not throwing Dylan under a bus here, but, you know, he helped a lot of the other drivers in making a decision that they don't need to come back out again. They've set a good lap, and they can see, obviously, all the other times on their screens here as well. Obviously we can see, you know, there's 3-4 temps between P1, 2, 3, but again, were they going their full speed? Were they going their full potential? Were they sandbagging? There's no way of knowing. There is no way of knowing. 10th is nuts. Okay, there you go. We've got James then in the Aston Martin here, and we will sort out that number hopefully as well. Although, hang on, give me a second, guys. I just want to confirm something. Have I definitely put in number 7, James Wilson? The problem is everybody's defaulted to me, so I'm not sure. Everyone's defaulted to number 2. Yeah, it's alright. I'll get it sorted. I'll make sure it's sorted before Sunday. And we'll go on board with James Wilson to see what his hot lap can do. He's currently P10. His last, I'm not too sure if we can have a look at what his last sector times are. But we can definitely look at the fastest sector times. And that is Joe Bean, fastest sector 1, with Josh, fastest sector 2 and fastest sector 3. There you go. Ferrari currently pretty much the fastest one around the track. But however, it is the McLaren. Joe must have had an absolute storming sector 1 to get a 30.3 there. But all credit where credit's due. Remember those numbers as well. Remember those numbers. You like that graphic? I wonder where I got it from. Unfortunately, everything's captured here on stream, mate. There's no hiding for your alpha, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would like to get... I want to get... Hang on. Let me get Psych up on my phone. That's going to make my life so much easier. It just tells me who's in every team. Again, it's a whole learning curve because everyone's in a different team from last year and everything. Let me go announcements. Here we go. Okay, so we've got Jonathan then. Okay, so Jonathan's currently in P13. He is on his out lap as well. James there, I mean, he's currently... Hang on, let's follow up with James's hot lap here. He's on sector 3. Just about to do the last turn here. It should update the bottom graphic as well. He's gone green sector 1, sector 2. So he's setting his personal best, but it's whether or not... Oh, he jumps Adam there. Pushes the Mercedes down to P10 and P11, which could again... I mean, looking at this, if this was Q2, both the Mercedes would be knocked out with their current times. It's quite a tight leaderboard, and, you know, this is actually quite exciting. This is really good to see as well. James is the Aston Martin. He certainly is. Sorry, I'm getting all my names muddled up. We've got Jonathan, who is currently P13, in his McLaren. Again, a very nice helmet for him. I do want to also point out as well, obviously, the Alpine of Jay Robinson. He has got a very, very unique helmet here for Miami. Also fitting in with the aquariums and everything nearby. But again, we're going to have to probably wait to Q2 for me to show you that helmet. But it is very, yeah. It's very unique, I must say. It's very unique. That's the wrong button. Ah! There we go. I'll get there. I'll get there. Oh. The turns are not working. It's fine. We'll get them working at some point soon. There is supposed to be a Oh gosh, those revs sound horrible. There is supposed to be a turn indicator in the bottom right-hand turn showing you which turn the drivers are currently come up to, but it's not working as it currently stands. Sorry, that RPM is awful. Yeah, Q1 is over. That concludes Q1. Again, all 14 drivers make it all the way through. Like I say, there is quite a few people that are currently absent. We did have some reserve drivers as well, but I don't believe, obviously being at the first race and everything. Oh gosh, took that very wide there. Does Jonathan, but he might be coming back into the pits here. Actually, no, he's going across the line because the session is over anyway, and that'll speed it up for everybody else as well. So yes, congratulations to everyone who's got through, which is everybody. So well done. No, Aaron, I know it's a real big shame with the revving issue, but there's the current times as it stands for the top 14. Again, some of these drivers might have just gone around the track to get a time. There's some names there that I won't read out that I'm definitely sure that they will definitely go faster into Q2 and Q3. But yeah, well done to everybody. And obviously, hopefully they've only used one set of softs because it's all done by tyres. I'm not too quite... I think it's 3 or 4 tyres they have in total for softs for the compounds. So it will be interesting to see. But yeah, World Driver Championship this year will be... Well, last year it was Joel by 1 point. This is how close it was last year. It was absolutely amazing. So who knows? We might have just as good season. It might not even be 2. It might be 3 people sort of fighting for the championship at the end. There's definitely loads of names here that have gone leaps and bounds. So it'll be good. Anyway, into Q2, 15 minutes. Q3 is only 12 minutes. So technically, we've only got about 27 minutes left before the end of Q3. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. do some practices, Aaron. Do some practices. But yeah, there you go. So we've got both the Mercedes boys straight out of the pits. It looks like we've got one Ferrari coming out as well. Those Mercedes are definitely going to be potentially helping out each other through the race. But there you go, leaving the pit lane as well. Another thing to note as well, you can't block obviously the pit exit. You do get instantly disqualified if that is the case. I've done that in Monaco and I have hands down experience of that. So yeah, don't stop in the pit lane for waiting for your teammate or waiting for anybody else. Otherwise, it's a little bit of an issue. Also, side note, if any of you do get kicked out of the session, just ping Jamie or somebody else who's in the session. And obviously, we can get you another invite. It's kind of difficult for me to do that. But yeah, just let me know that and we can go and do that. But yeah, it looks like everybody's out the pits apart from we've got Ollie who's still in the pits in his AlphaTauri. And then we've got Dylan as well in the Alfa Romeo who's still in the pit lane. So yeah, I'm pretty sure all the drivers will probably be doing 2 runs in Q2. I'm led to believe anyway. It looks like we've got Adam Forbes is on a used set of tyres here, so he's not actually gone out on any new tyres. Let's go and have a look at his teammate as well, and we're going to have a look as Taylor's on a used set as well. So yeah, both the Mercedes on used sets. It doesn't surprise me actually. Them both being on new sets of tyres, but we're going to have a little look, obviously follow these Mercedes boys around and see what kind of times they can set. There's a Williams and Aston Martin behind them, leading a very nice line down this very long straight of Miami. Again, there's no porpoising unfortunately, but that's all been fixed. Yeah, I would use the onboard, but that revving it's very loud. But yeah, there you go. Taylor's teammate in front goes and starts his hot lap along with Taylor himself with the DRS flap wide open. Coming down to turn 1. Again, Sector 1 is an absolute nightmare for these drivers. If we just ride on board for a split second, you're seeing all of these bendy turns going left, right, and the rear just opens up for them. If they put in too much power down a certain thing, you know, they've got to keep their tyres ideally off the curbs. If they use too much curb, then they will go around. There's also a lovely sort of slingshot pattern that you can do into this turn. But it looks like Taylor's done that very nicely there behind his teammate Adam. Goes and sets personal best for Sector 1 as well. So yeah, I think the cut-off point for Q2, I mean, obviously we do drop 5 drivers or 4 this session, so I think it's going to have to be pretty much a 1:29 around here, roughly, to get through looking at the Q1 times. But we'll have a little look and obviously see what the first times are on the leaderboard, as it looks like there's some potentially blue flagged cars there in front that I'll have to dash out of the way for these drivers on their hot laps. We'll have a little look at what Taylor and Adam can do, along with the Williams behind of Reggie J and then James as well, the first 4 drivers. Although the AlphaTauri, actually, I've missed that one, has gone set at 1:28.6. So that's the benchmark currently for Q2. Adam Forbes at 1:30.1. His teammate goes and sets a 1:30.5 there with Reggie J 1:28.5 and James fitting in the middle there, P4 1:29.7, as Josh O'Mara absolutely takes it out the park there. 1:27.9, 5 tenths quicker than the Williams as he crosses the line. Obviously in the brand new Ferrari livery, as the Aston Martin just completely dashes out the way there. There was a yellow flag there, I think, for the car slowing down. But yeah, very nice Ferrari livery that they're rocking for Miami here. We've seen that one before, but at Monza. But they could use it in Miami, that's fine. But there we go. Max Chapman as well there. Goes even quicker than Josh O'Mara there by 1.5 tenths. And Charlie, P5, 1.2 seconds behind. It's interesting to see. I was actually expecting, I don't know if this is relative, but I was expecting Charlie to sort of be the main driver for Ferrari, but we might be seeing something a little bit different here with Josh going sort of even faster than Charlie. So we might be seeing, you know, a switch of main and second driver here for the Ferrari boys. But yeah, very nice lap there by Max Chapman, Josh, and also Reggie. And we're seeing obviously Smits there 3 seconds slower, and it looks like Joe Bean had again, Joe Bean's obviously up there for the championship standings, much the same for everybody else. He's obviously done either 2 out laps, sorry, ready to start his hot lap. So if we can have a little look, if we can find Joe Bean here, we'll see if he is actually on a hot lap himself. He certainly is, and there is the fastest sector 1 there for Joe. That chicane as well. They pretty much go straight over those curbs. You need to be doing the chicane at the very least. That is an awful sound. But Joe Bean is currently 2.5 tenths quicker than Max Chapman here, coming down the main straight ready for sector 3 here. And we'll see if he does top the leaderboards with this time. Again, these 2 drivers are just absolutely... I feel like this might be sort of, you know... Again, I don't know. I can't speculate anything, but as we're seeing here, there's 3 drivers that are absolutely showing pace here in Miami. Joe Bean goes and sets the fastest time of the day there, 1:27.625, with Max Chapman 1.5 tenths behind, followed by Josh only 3 tenths behind, and there's sort of a margin of about half a second there between the Ferrari and the Williams, P3 and P4. But yeah, lightning quick there by Joe Bean, very nice to see, and it looks like that's pretty much everybody on the timing board, apart from Jonathan, who's on his outlap, and also Ollie, who currently, I'm not sure if Ollie's in the session, we'll have to confirm that, but he is currently still not set a time, and he's still in the pits with 8 minutes left. But again, I'm not sure if that might be his decision. And like I say earlier, we'll flood back to Jay Robinson here with his helmet. He's currently on his hot lap, I'm led to believe here. And as you can see, he's got the very nice fish helmet here for Miami. Very, what's the word? Adequate? I'm not too sure. But yeah, Jay's currently on his hot lap. Personal best sector 1 as he takes it down through a turn. It would be nice to know what turn numbers these are, but I'll try and get that fixed for the race. And yeah, like I say, it's around the Marina Harbour here. Marina Harbour? Marina Bay? Something like that. As he takes the chicane very nicely. Gets to lose a little bit of the rear, but he does actually catch that very nicely as he goes down the main straight. 1.7 seconds slower than Joe Bean. So currently, Jay's relative position is about P7 where he's currently at. But obviously, he can make up a few temps in this last turn if he gets it smack bang on. Look at the heat mist in the background as well. It's a lovely hot day here. 29 degrees. So... yeah, it's the heat of the summer as Jay's just absolutely burning up those rears. And it looks like he is coming into the pits. He's not happy with the time. He's already got a time on the leaderboard anyway, so he doesn't necessarily need to set one. But currently in the relegation zone is Adam Forbes down in P10 at the moment with a time of 1:30.1, 1:30.2, I'm led to believe. So yeah, Adam Forbes, at the moment is Taylor Hume, Smits, Jonathan and Ollie, who's currently being knocked out here, and I'm not too sure there if Adam might have got Jay there might have got a pit penalty, but we'll have to find out. Ollie, what's up with your game? Is it still crashing? And Jensen, hello mate, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome. Max Chapman is back out on another hot lap here with Reggie J as well, who's just parading around the track. We'll have a little look. I need an invite, but link isn't working. Oh, Max has just spun it. I'm not too sure if is that a loss of... He's currently stood stationary on the track. Yellow flag sector 1. I'm not too sure. Again, Max is going to be pushing his car to the absolute limits here. He has done damage to his front wing, but luckily all 4 tyres are still on his F1 car here. And he'll be parading it back to the pit. Still 6 minutes left, though. And Max Chapman's time there probably will get him through anyway. But yeah, he just lost a front right end plate there. So again, these drivers, you know, they're pushing these cars to the absolute limits. You know, every inch of the track, every like millimeter is extra time for them. So they need to do it. Ollie, bear with me a second. I'm just going to see if I can send you an invite to get you back in. I don't know. Where are you? Give me a second. I'm not sure why. Is there not anybody else in the session that... like you say, it doesn't really work. Does it? Hang on. Let me see if I can find you. I don't know what your Twitch name is. Or Steam name. Hang on a moment. Why can't... have you got the game open? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I'm blind. There you are. So yeah, Max Chapman's going to be on his in-lap. We've got Adam Forbes. We've got both the Mercedes back out again on their out-laps here. Going to do probably their second. Again, we need to say Taylor needs to make an improvement to get through. And we've also got Smits and Jonathan as well. And it looks like Ollie's just joined the session as well, which is good. So we'll be able to see a time, hopefully, from the AlphaTauri there. So yeah, both Ferraris, both AlphaTauris are in. Both Alpines are in at the moment, currently through as well. And yeah, Joe Bean, like I say, 127.6. He'll be chuffed with that as Max Chapman's coming in the pits here. And Taylor Hume is rocking a very, very nice luminant yellow helmet there. Very similar to Lando's and Hamilton's. So he might be a true Mercedes fan in and out. I'll have to wait and find out. But yeah, it's gone green again. 4 minutes 20 seconds left of Q2. I promise you, I'm not choosing to say the time when it hits 4:20. It's just I look it up at it at the exact right time. But yeah, we'll be focusing here on Taylor as he's currently he's getting relegated at Q2 at the moment, which, you know, I know he's definitely got some more pace in him, and he's getting as much heat in those tyres as he possibly can, especially those rears. And we'll have a little look, and he definitely isn't. He's on a fresh set of soft tyres here, so he'll be able to get hopefully a few more temps out of his lap if it all goes well. So yeah, wishing you all the best, Taylor, and we'll ride on board and have a little look at your hot lap. Oh, those revs. Ugh. The game needs to fix that. Sector 1 is honestly so tricky. I've driven it myself a few days ago as well. I couldn't do what any of these drivers do. I'm all over the place. I'm in the side of walls and everything. There you go. So that is currently faster for Taylor there. Sector 1 still 8 temps down on Sector 1, but he has gone quicker. And that's all Taylor needs right now. He needs a few temps. However, I'm sorry to say this, but if Taylor does go quicker and Adam doesn't, he's knocking his teammate out of Q2. So this could be an interesting one in the team's meetings after. However, I mean, at the end of the day, it's P10 and P11 here as Smits there goes and sneaks in his Red Bull into P11. All Taylor needs to do is just go quicker, and he's currently 1.5 seconds down on Joe Bean, but he has set 2 personal bests, Sector 1, Sector 2 here. As currently, as it stands, Joe Bean has gone fastest Sector 1, fastest Sector 2, and Josh still remains fastest in Sector 3. Let's have a look how he can pull this last sector off. Very, very neat. Could get closer to the wall, but I'm not one for criticism. And we'll have a little look when he goes across the borders. His teammate Adam goes and sets P7, and Taylor goes and sets P8, knocking down Jay Robinson into the potential driver at risk. And James Widdowson, sorry, I'm getting confused here. James Wilson, the Aston Martin there, gets knocked down into P11 with Smits in the Red Bull in P12. So very nice drive there for both the Mercedes. And we're seeing Max Chapman back out of the pits as well, just about to finish his hot lap. His out lap for a hot lap. We've got loads of drivers now leaving the pits. There's 1 minute 50 seconds left of Q2. All the drivers bar Josh and bar Joe are currently out here on the track. And Jay Robinson, moves his Alpha Alpine, sorry, up to P6, away from P10 there. So Jay will be very happy with that lap. He's currently on his in lap now, as it looks like Charlie goes and sets a P6, 128.7 across the line there. AlphaTauri behind him. I'm not too sure if he's on a hot lap or just about to start a hot lap. But yeah, very nice drivers. Taylor Hume, unfortunately, although he set his hot lap, I don't know if he'll have enough time for another one with those used set of tyres, but he's currently the driver at risk in P10. And it looks like Ollie, I'm not too sure. Ollie is out of the pits. We're going to have a little look at Ollie in the AlphaTauri here. Again, Ollie had a few issues with his game earlier, but it looks like he has got himself back in the game. And we'll have a little look and see. Yes, he is on new sets, and he is on a hot lap here. It's fastest sector 1, fastest sector 2. Track's gone green again. I'm not too sure where that was, but we'll have a little look. Yes, Jensen, there's a few issues with the leaderboard, mate. Some of the drivers haven't changed their numbers. So, because my number's default, it's all set to Hanmore. So, yeah, we're fixing it. As Ollie Clark goes across the line, he goes ahead of Jonathan or Blizz there in P14, unable to get the AlphaTauri through Q2, and he will be unable to set another hot lap here back to back. As he just goes and spins it. Hang on a minute. I did just miss that. I'm not sure if is the car okay? Sorry, is he okay? Oops. No, he looks okay, to be fair. He's still got all the tyres on. And however, that might affect some of the drivers starting on their hot laps in the yellow flag sector 1. We'll have to have a little look at that. But Max Chapman, I believe, was behind him, so none of the flags would have affected him as he's gone on his hot lap. Again, Max Chapman doesn't really have to improve. He just needs to keep the car on the track, and he'll be through to Q3. However, unfortunately, as it currently stands, it looks like we have got Taylor. I'm not sure if he has gone on another hot lap here, but he is currently... I'm not sure. He might just be on an in lap here, but Taylor, currently a driver who will be knocked out of the session along with Smits, Ollie and Jonathan, and Smits is confirmed out of the session here. James is back in the pits, and yeah, it looks like Hume is not on a hot lap here. There you go, very nice drive. It looks like Jay's on a hot lap as well. He got a very nice tow there from his teammate, potentially, to try and get him through. And we'll have a little look and ride on board with the Alpine, seeing if he can also solidify his P8 here. Adam Forbes in the pits. He has finished his qualifying session. Adam Forbes he's gritted his teeth at the minute. He really badly wants to get through this. The only people that can go quicker or steal this from him is currently Ollie, and I don't believe Ollie's on another hot lap. So I believe Adam is through to Q3, and unfortunately knocked out of the session is Taylor, Smits, Clark, and Jonathan. Yeah, there was a few yellow flags. What you need to... Reggie, some of these yellow flags aren't because drivers are crashed. They're just because drivers are slowing down. So it's a very difficult one to tell when you're going around as a yellow flag. Obviously, you have the normal procedure is to lift. But obviously, you know, if you're just seeing a driver slowing down, pulling out the way, the game just registers it as a yellow flag. So it's kind of a difficult one to read. But if you can read the track and... Oh, there was an Alpine there, just goes sliding. But yeah, obviously read, if there's a crashed out car, obviously slow down. But if it's just someone going slow on the edge of the track, just go whizzing past them. As long as they're, you know, not within, or not on the racing line, I should say. But yeah, there you go. That solidifies Q2 there. Unfortunately, being knocked out from that session. Taylor, Smits, Ollie, and Jonathan, with Speedy Joe setting the fastest time there of 1:27.625. And the gap between himself and Max Chapman. Looks like Max Chapman did indeed go quicker with that lap of a 0.088. Only just about 1/10 behind Speedy Joe. These two are... they're already fighting, and it's only qualifying in round 1 of 10. There you go, with the Ferrari of Josh there, P3. 3/10 behind the three of them. Again, this is a very good insight into what we might be able to see in Q3, but we've got 12 minutes of more action, so we'll have to wait and find out what kind of happens there. And obviously, I must say as well, Miami is a very difficult track to... It's a very horrible one for me to put in for the first race here. So I do apologise to some of the drivers. But, you know, once this one's out of the way, then we can focus on all the other ones. However, the points obviously do matter in here because, you know, all the little points that you could collect today might be crucial for, you know, some of the last rounds for who's going to be at the most points in the... Oh, excuse me, I'm burping away in the championship. So, yes. Sector 1's very tricky, Jensen. Yeah, if you you need to get it like... There's almost like a fine sort of thin road through Sector 1. If you go anywhere beyond that boundary, your car's sliding all over the place. All over the place. But yeah, Miami is very difficult. Reggie, that's not what I was kind of saying that, but basically, if there's a driver slowing down in front of you to let you past and it causes a yellow, that's fine. Just go straight past them. If there's a driver that's crashed out in front of you, then obviously slow down, basically, is what I'm saying. But we're on board here with Charlie. I'm sorry that it says Hanmore. I do apologise. But both the Ferrari boys are out. We've only got one of the Mercedes here, both the Alpines, along with Dylan as well, who has made it through into Q3 here. So yeah, there's the current 10 standings. I mean, you guys can predict. I would like to get a poll in the chat, but I don't have many hands. But I don't know if there's a mod out there that can maybe sort of... I'm not actually... No, I don't really know if they can even do that. In the future, what I'd like to do is sort of run polls or something, enable channel points on the channel, or you know, run a poll, or you know, get the chat involved a little bit with who they want to get, or who they believe will get through, or get poll, basically. But I'm sure that we can organise that for the future races. It looked like, obviously, like I say, I remember as well, Charlie is racing in VR. So just imagine Charlie right now in his little VR headset, sitting in that car. I would almost like to go in the same view as Charlie here. But yeah, he's currently on board, following his teammate around in his Ferrari. And obviously, this is where we're going to be seeing the true pace of all the drivers. You know, they might have been sandbagging a little bit through Q1 and Q2. I'm not too sure how much I believe that. But obviously, we will see the absolute max pace of all of the drivers here. If we look at the tyre wear, it looks like, yes, Charlie is on brand new tyres, along with Josh as well. They're both on brand new sets of tyres here, and Josh is about to cross the line. There is Adam in front of him, going to set the first lap time, but we'll ride on board with Josh and have a little look and see what kind of time Josh can set. Again, taking us through Sector 1. You need to be pretty much creeping alongside these walls, getting as close to these walls as you can, flipping the car in, not taking up too much curb. And again, this slingshot around here, you need to get it right, otherwise your car is all over the place. And it looks like Josh has pretty much nailed that. Could be a little bit tighter on the apex there as he's leaving the turn, and then down into one of the first straights here at Miami, where Lando Norris, I believe, crashed into Gasly, or they had some coming together, and that took Lando Norris out of the real Grand Prix track here. But we'll have a little look. Josh has gone fastest Sector 1, but not fastest overall. Again, coming round here into the chicane, up the hill. A very tricky turn to master. Again, this has caught a lot of drivers off guard here, as Josh pretty much goes around the chicane, not over it, around it. And there you go. Through the chicane up into one of the last... Well, the last long straight. I need to work it out. I'm pretty sure Baku's straight is longer than this, but there must be some sort of data behind this. But yeah, there you go. Josh, fastest Sector 2 here. He's on for a decent time at the moment as he comes around turn 3 on the straight, and he's going to be putting that Ferrari across the line. It looks like somebody has actually stolen fastest Sector 2, as we've got Adam Forbes there, 128, and Josh O'Mara does indeed go fastest, 127.8 at the moment as it currently stands, with his teammate Charlie going a 128.4, and it's very interesting to see Max Chapman here going across the lines along with Joe Bean as well. I'm not too sure where he is currently on the track, but it was indeed Max Chapman stealing the fastest Sector 2. So Max Chapman goes across the line, 127.3, which is the benchmark. We do have a yellow flag Sector 3. I'm not too sure if that's just some cars slowing down. But yeah, it has gone green immediately, so I would assume so. However, here is the one and the only Joe Bean. He's gone fastest Sector 1. Max Chapman's gone fastest Sector 2. Who's going to go fastest Sector 3 and get provisional pole at the moment on the first runnings of Q3? Let's have a little find out. Oh, sorry. Joe Bean goes across the line. He indeed does not go quicker than Max Chapman there. 2 tenths, I'm led to believe in that. Yes, 2 tenths between the two of them. And yeah, Dylan there, back in the pits, along with another AlphaTauri, P9 and P10. Unable to set times on their first runs. But yeah, there you go. There's everybody's hot laps, first set. And they're all on brand new soft tyres as well. Nobody using any sort of old sets here. They've all gone for a brand new set for their first run of Q3. And yes. Jay Robinson obviously pulling out, it looks like, on his first hot lap as well. Dan in P8. Again, I'm not sure if he's doing... You doubt he'll be able to do a back-to-back. He might be coming in for a fresh set of tyres, but yeah, only a second split P1 and P5 here. So very nicely done by all 10 drivers, all 8 drivers, I should say. Now, if they do it, what happens in real life? Also, I'm thinking Jay's actually on a hot lap here. In real life, they would normally leave it to sort of 2-3 minutes left on the countdown to 1 hot lap. However, yeah, Jay is on a hot lap here. Currently provisionally P5, P6 as it currently stands on his lap time. But we'll be able to see if he does indeed get any more places up. And we'll have a little look at how he masters the Sector 3. Oh, McLaren has just spun there of Joe Bean before he goes in the pits. That's going to actually put Jay Robinson's time down in the bin because he would have to lift for that, unfortunately. And yeah, there you go. It definitely did. I'm not sure what's happening with Joe here, if it's an internet issue, but he is currently out on the track. It looks like he has left the session, so that might have been an internet or a game crash there. But that obviously did infect? No, that's the wrong word. Wrong terminology. Affect Jay Robinson there, he could have gone probably, you know, a 3-4 tenths quicker, but seeing a McLaren out on track doing that's very, very, yeah, a bit unlucky there for Jay. Gosh, it's I need someone up here to commentate with me. It's very difficult to be speaking constantly and doing this. I love it though; it's amazing. But definitely, I would like someone in here to do with sort of commentate with me in the race, hopefully. But there you go. We've got a Williams here of Reggie, currently provisionally P4 as it stands, second row of the grid. There's 5 minutes left of Q3. All these drivers are going to be putting on fresh sets of soft tyres, and they will be going for another run. Again, this is very, I would assume, common for the Williams. Williams don't normally go, you know, they're quite known for doing different quali times, you know, quiet track, you know, track temperature's decent. They just won't get any sort of toes down the main straight. Again, Reggie hasn't got his teammate in today to even help him sort of on any sort of toes. But yeah, it's looking good at the moment as it stands. Benson will do it. What, the pole? It's impossible because you don't have channel points enabled. It's impossible as it looks like Josh and Mara, I need to get that right, is leaving the pits for an out lap along with his teammate in the Ferrari. And we're going to have a little look at Reggie's first hot lap around here. Oh, commentate. Okay. I'll look into it. I'm more than happy to. Anyone who's willing to, I will be more than happy to get up here in the Sky Sports box. Where's the face cam? We do have it in the intermission screen. I don't really see the need for the face cam in this. They don't do it in real life. I mean, they occasionally do in Skybox, but yeah, I just have it without. Adam, no worries, mate. It's all good. It's all good. There you go. Reggie setting the fastest Sector 1 here in a Williams. Very, very nicely done here by Reggie. Can he continue to pull it off? This is what I mean. There's more track rubber down. The track temperature is getting warmer and the track evolution is happening. So, yeah, very nicely done there by Reggie. Can he continue this lap? It's looking very, very nice for him so far. But it's whether or not he can continue the speed, the momentum he's got throughout the next sectors, and especially through the chicane, where you can lose so much time, but you can also gain so much time as well. And hopefully the driver in front of him, yes, he does pull away straight away. Very well done there for James. He is 2 tenths down through Sector 2. But that's very much can be improved as he gets a little bit of a cheeky toe there from the Aston Martin before he opens that DRS flap, coming down into the last turn. Very, very decent lap here by Reggie. I'm impressed. Dylan Hartley there goes and sets provisional P6, 1.3 seconds down from Max Chapman. And Reggie J puts his Williams in P3, knocking Josh out of... Wait, remaining in the... on the second row, potentially. But there is a yellow flag, Sector 1. Again, I'm not too sure what's happened. Sorry about that. Like I say, it would be good if I have somebody else in here with me that can have a little look and see what's happened, but it looks like it has cleared and gone green. The Alpine of Max Chapman is leaving the pits there. 2 minutes 15 left. Joe Bean has not left the pits yet. However, we're expecting to see hopefully the McLaren leaving the pits very, very soon, as we've got more drivers going around and around the track here. Dylan Hartley is probably going to be warming up those tyres for another hot lap. And we've got James as well, who is on a hot lap concurrently, and we'll have a little look at how he takes the chicane, which is very, very challenging for these drivers. Our debate is all good. These drivers, they know what they're doing. But like I say, it's free for all. It is free for all. There you go. James setting personal best sector 1. Unfortunately, 1.2 seconds down from Max Chapman. However, that he could still gain and get in front of Dylan here. Ignoring that yellow flag there, I think that's just because the driver was slowing down. But yeah, full pace here for James as he is going to get into turn... I believe this is turn 18 into turn 19. And we are getting some more yellow flags here, just driver slowing down. As Charlie goes and sets provisional P5 just behind his teammate there in the Ferrari. And James across the line now does not go quicker than Dylan Hartley. So I believe that will have to be provisionally there. And it looks like we're not getting Joe Bean out of the pit lane. I'm not too sure what's happening there with Joe. Whether or not he was able to rejoin the session or not, it will be interesting to know. Because I know I had a few issues here. There's Max Chapman here. Oh, he's got a little bit wide there, trying to get some speed into turn 1. Hitting a wall, but hopefully doing no damage. As he goes and starts his hot lap. We've got Josh here potentially on a hot lap, but he has gone slower sector 1. But it'll be good to, again, I'm not sure if he's timed this very well. He has timed this well, sorry. But obviously 30 seconds to go, he should be able to cross the line within that time. But yeah, currently provisional pole is Max Chapman's. And I believe Joe Bean had a few issues with his client earlier, so I believe he's not actually in the session. But yeah, very good lap there by Reggie J. Josh O'Meara hopefully is going to be starting his hot lap now, unless he's going in the pits. No, he's in the pits. So that means currently it is Max Chapman, Joe Bean, Reggie J, Josh, and Charlie. However, Max Chapman could indeed go quicker. Adam Forbes there, 128.6 P7, knocking Dylan down another place. Dylan's going to have to put an absolute stormer of a lap in to jump these people that have jumped him. But yeah, look at that 1 second deficit between P1 and P6. Absolutely incredible to see. Max Chapman gone fastest into Sector 1. This is on his personal best time, so currently, yeah, it's pretty impressive as we're looking here. Reggie J's got fastest Sector 1. Max Chapman's got fastest Sector 2. Josh still solidifies that fastest Sector 3. So I don't know what Josh has got up his sleeve, but he knows what he's doing with that Sector 3 and that last turn. Max Chapman gone fastest Sector 2 here. And I believe it stayed the same at the moment. Yeah, Dylan Hartley unable to go any quicker. James Wilson P9. Jay Robinson down into P10. 1.7 seconds slower than his teammate Max Chapman. So both the Alpines P1, P10 at the moment. And Max Chapman losing a little bit of the rear there, but burning up those tyres as he goes through across the line. Only just 3 thousandths of a second below his current time. Lost a little bit there in Sector 3, but that does indeed solidify, I'm led to believe, unless Adam Forbes can go even quicker. He is on the only, I believe Jay's also on his hot lap. We'll go on board with Jay here, and then we'll go on board with Adam in a moment. But these are the 2 drivers left out on the track on their hot laps. However, at the moment it stands on the front row of the grid is Max Chapman and Joe Bean. The Alpine and the McLaren, as Joe Robinson indeed does go in front there of James. Very nicely done there for Jay. He'll be happy with that. Another place for the starting grid on Monday. And there we go. Adam Forbes will not be going any quicker. If any of you witty eye people out there have seen, Adam does not have a front wing. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I hopefully he's just parading it round to the finish line. Because if he goes in the pits, then this session will continue for ages. But yeah, there we go. Well done to all the drivers. Hopefully everyone watching enjoyed that a little bit. But yeah, Adam solidifies his P7 there, and front row of the grid will indeed be a Alpine and a McLaren, along with a Williams on the second row, followed by Ferrari, and then behind the Williams is another Ferrari of Charlie, and then Zach and Adam on the let me get that correct. Charlie and Zach on the 3rd row, Adam and Dylan on the 4th row, and then we've got Jay and James on the 5th row of the grid, making up the top 10 for Sunday's race. If any of you are heading out, by the way, we'll probably be live for maybe another 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. I've got another screen that I would like to go to. But yeah, congratulations, GG's in chat to everybody who has raced, and well done to Max Chapman there for provision, or I guess, is it provisional pole? It's just still pole, isn't it? I guess he's got pole. He can go and sign that little soft tyre with the white marker that never works. But yeah, well done there for Max. And I'm not too sure what happened with Joe. We'll have to follow up with Joe at some point after the stream to sort of see what happened, and if he was still waiting for an invite to get back in or not. Obviously it's very difficult for me to give invites out, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and jump into the intermission screen. It would be good as well if I can get Chatty open. We're going to have a little look Obviously on the board you're just seeing the highlights of the real F1, not the F1 we've just had. It would be amazing if we had you know, a team of loads of people to do all of that. But yeah, very, very well done to all the drivers. Let me just sorry, that's really loud. But yeah, well done to everybody. We'll probably just be chilling in here.
And then I think he gets a bit of a tap here from the left-hand side.
Hello guys, I'm really zoomed for you guys. So this is the calendar that we've currently got. So obviously we're rocking Miami today, this weekend, 23rd to 25th of September, followed by Belgium next weekend, and then we basically got a triple header here. Then after Belgium we've got Abu Dhabi, and then we've got a week or 2 weeks break before it's Monza, which is a sprint race, followed by Silverstone, followed by Jeddah. And then I believe it's... Oh, no, is this a quadruple header here? It might be. Yeah, it might be Barcelona. And then we've got a 2-week break before it's Austria. Austria might have to be moved because of the World Cup. But we will work it out. And then Singapore. And then we're going to be ending off the season just before Christmas, 16th to the 18th of December in Sao Paulo. Paulo. I'm going to say Paulo. Show you